Good morning, children. How are you? I hope you all are fine. Have you finished your breakfast? See, children, day before yesterday we have discussed about the new chapter, that is Annual Haircut Day. What is the lesson name, children? Annual Haircut Day. This is our second chapter, and already we have discussed the lesson and we have read the lesson in the textbook. And regarding the explanation of the lesson, I have given you few hard words in our last session. And already first lesson notes we have finished. Today you will get the second lesson notes, and you have to write the notebooks very neatly in your CWs. If anybody did not bought the books, they can buy. Okay. Before going into the topic, what is the story we have discussed, children, about the annual haircut today? What we have discussed, there is a man whose name is Sringeri Srinivas. Children, Sringeri is the initial of his name. Okay, don't get confused. Sri, S-R-I, Sri. This is Sringeri Srinivas, and this Sringeri is the initial of that man whom this story belongs to. Already we have discussed. He went to a local barber shop for his annual haircut, and there he was unable to make his haircut. The barber refused to do the haircut. Thereafter, he went to his house and he asked help from his wife. But his wife also refused him because she was very busy in her household works. Later on, she went to the carpenter. There also, he has been refused. Thereafter, he went to the tailor's shop. There also he has been refused. And at the end he became very sad. He reached near to the cave of a tiger. He sat outside the cave and crying loudly because of his voice. Because of his voice, the tiger woke up. He came out of the cave. By seeing the tiger, this fellow ran with the fear. Due to the scaredness of him, all the hair on his head fell down. This is what we have learned in our previous session. Now let us discuss, children, about few points regarding the lesson. First, children, what we have discussed, we already discussed few grammar points also regarding this. What is that? Countables and uncountables. Countables and uncountables. We will go just a little bit more for this. What do you mean by the countables, children? First, what do you mean by the noun? Already we have discussed during this chapter. What is a noun? A noun is the naming word. A noun is the naming word. What do you mean by the naming word, children? It may be the name of a person. It may be the name of a place, or it may be the name of a thing. How we can define a noun? A noun is the name of a person, place, or a thing. How we can define a noun, children? A noun is the name of a person, place, or a thing. Regarding the noun part, we have discussed, children, about countables and uncountables. Countables and uncountables. Countables and uncountables. If you observe, children, the word countable ante the things which we can count or the nouns which we can count are known as countables, and the nouns which we cannot count are known as uncountables. How we can define countables and uncountables? The nouns which we can count are known as countables, and the nouns which we cannot count are known as uncountables. Suppose we have an exercise on page number 27. Tomato, tea, chair, bread, leaf, oil, sand, salt, key, jam, hen, star, bottle, floor. Okay, once we will revise again this exercise, then we will discuss another grammar point related to the chapter. See children, tomato, they have given us tomato, they have given us tea, they have given us salt, they have given us key. Few words I am writing. They have given us jam, they have given us hen. Okay, and few more words have been given. I am writing this side. Bottle, they have given us bottle, they have given us floor, and they have given us chair. Okay, few words I wrote on the board. Now see children, easily you can understand what are the countables, what are the uncountables. Suppose tomato, 1 tomato, 2 tomatoes, 3 tomatoes, 4 tomatoes means we can count in numbers. These tomatoes can be counted in numbers. So it is known as countable noun. Tomato is considered as countable noun. Coming to the next one, tea. We cannot count tea. Tea is a liquid form. We can't. So it is uncountable. Next, salt. Can we give 1 salt, 2 salts, 3 salts? No, it is wrong. Salt is uncountable. So we have to divide salt under the uncountables. Next, key. Keys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keys we can count. So key can be considered as countable. Jam. Jam. Can we divide the jam into countings? 1 jam, 2 jam, 3 jam? No. We cannot count the jam. So jam is again considered as uncountable. Hen. 1 hen, 2 hens, 3 hens, 4 hens. So hens are uncountable. Coming to the bottle. Bottle we can count. Bottle we can count children. So bottle is considered as the countable. Bottle is considered as the countable. Floor. Floor ante nanna godum pindi. Floor, any floor. Pindlu. Okay. Can we count the floor? No. Floor cannot be counted. Coming to the chair. Chair we can count. 1 chair, 2 chairs, 3 chairs, 4 chairs, 5 chairs. So in this way we have divided the given words into countables as well as uncountables. What is countable? The things which we can count. Lekka bettagaligevi. Galini lekka bedtama. Can we count the air? No, we can't count the air. Can we count the water? No, we can't count the water, but the bottle we can count. But the thing inside that we can't count. Juice. So, the things which we cannot count are known as uncountables, and the things which we can count are known as uncountable. It is one topic related to your second lesson, children. Noun. What is a noun? A noun is the name of a person, place or a thing. A noun is the name of a person, place or a thing, or it can be considered as a naming word. Means all the names. It may be your name or any name. All the names are known as nouns. Noun. Noun ante enti? Naming words. All the nouns are known as naming words. Suppose here I write John play chess. Okay. Suppose this is a sentence. John play chess. Can you tell me what is the noun in this? Can you tell me what is the noun in this? John. We can say John is the noun. Chess is the noun. Chess is also a name of a game. what we have discussed? We have discussed that the names are considered as nouns. Okay, is it clear? This is the one part given to you in your grammar part. Next is children, coming to the next one. If you see the next one, let us discuss one more point related to the countables and uncountables. Okay, children. This is all annual haircut day. Let us discuss few more points related to the countables and uncountable. One more thing I have to discuss with you. Sorry, children. For the countables, we can write plural. Suppose tiger, we can write tigers. For the countables, we can write plurals. Book, books. Okay. Pencil, pencils. Okay. Carpenter, carpenters. Carpenters. This is all about countables. Coming to the uncountables, we can't give the plural. Let us take few example. Water ki plural untunda undadu nanna. ఎప్పుడైనా ఒకటి గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. Always remember that for the uncountables we can't give the plural form. Only for the countables we can give the plural form. The things which we can count, such things are known as the countables, and only for the countables we can give the plural form. If you see your page number 26 in your textbooks, children, easily you can countables can be the singular or it can be the plural, but uncountables are always in the singular. We can't give the plural form. Okay, so in this way, children, we have discussed the few words which we have, few topics which are related to this chapter in the grammar part. One more thing I have to discuss with you, that is about the naming word. Already we are discussing. One more exercise has been given to you in your textbooks. If you see the page number 26, here Sringeri Srinivas wanted someone to cut his, what he wanted to cut his, he wanted to cut his hair. We are discussing about the plants. Hair. He wanted to cut his hair. Okay, I am reading the blank, children. He went to the dash. First where he went to the barber. He went to the barber. First he went to the barber. Second, children, see the next blank. Then he went back to ask his, after going to the barber, he refused to cut the hair. Thereafter, where he went? He went to his house. To whom he asked the help, children? He asked his wife for the help. He asked his wife for the help. He sat near a dash, crying loudly. Where he sat at the end, where he was crying near a cave. He was crying near a cave. Next, children, the dash roared at Sringeri, and Sringeri's hair fell off. Who ran after him? Who roared at? As he sat near the tiger's cave, tiger roared on him. Okay. Here in this chapter, children, you have to learn more about the nouns. Okay, noun is the important topic which is related to this chapter. Okay, now next, children, coming to our listening skills, they have given us a picture and they have told to us to see the conversation going between them, and we have to mark yes or no. Yes or no regarding the lesson. Okay. See here, they have been given few pictures and they told us to write. Yes or no. Let us discuss this exercise. It's very interesting. You may like. See children, if you see the lesson, what a barber do? A barber cuts the hair. What a carpenter does? A carpenter makes the furniture for the houses, woodwork. What does a tailor do? A tailor stitches the clothes. So every person has their own occupation. So a carpenter can't do the stitching. Okay, a tailor can't cut the hair. Barber's job. So here they have asked us, can the tailor make a jacket for the man? Can a tailor can make the jacket? Tailor jacket cheyagaltada leda? Yes or no? Yes, he can stitch because the tailor is a person who can stitch the clothes for the persons. So yes, a tailor can stitch the cloth, can stitch the jacket. Okay. A tailor can stitch the jacket. Okay, because he is the person who stitches the clothes for the people. Next children, can the carpenter make a table? Table is a furniture. So a carpenter definitely, yes, he can make the furniture. Next the third one, does the man want his hair very short? No, he want his full haircut. What he want? He want his full and haircut. So you can write no here. Okay. In this way, they have given us few sentences of the politeness. Suppose politeness what children? If we want anything from others, how will you ask? Please give me pen. Please give me pencil. Ante kada manaki vere vallato avasaram. We want to borrow something from others. Okay, it is not related to the topic, just I am asking. Okay, just I am explaining how to ask the things from the others, how to say the reply again, how to give the reply to them. If suppose I want a pen and my friend has a blue pen and a red pen and I want the red pen, what I have to ask children, please give me the red pen, please give me the red pen. If she gives the red pen to me, what I have to say? I have to say thank you very much. Thank you very much. See children, whenever you are asking or giving back the things, you have to say thank you, and when you are asking, you have to say please. If you hurt someone without any intention, without all of a sudden, if you hurt someone, you have to say sorry. These are the minimum moral values which one should have. Everyone should have. Is it clear? You are very small kids. You can learn more and more moral values from your teachers. Obey your parents. Concentrate in the lessons. And try to write neat handwriting in your books. Okay children? Have a nice day all of you. Tomorrow again we will meet with the next chapter. We will go for the second lesson. Third lesson. One more important part I have to discuss with you. Already I have given you the first chapter notes. Please make it sure you should finish that work in your CW. Because today you are going to get the second lesson notes. Don't keep pending works in your CW. I request all the parents, please help your kids to write the notebooks. Okay children, have a nice day all of you.